Inside the hero's apartment, Maou was trying to wake Max up for breakfast. However, Max still hasn't woken up, no matter how much Maou calls his name. Maou panicked and wondered if Max was still breathing. Then he grabbed Max's arm and shook him to wake him up. Max woke up, trying to catch his breath before sleeping again. Maou looked disturbed, seeing Max's strange behavior. After having their breakfast, Maou noticed Max leaving the apartment, so he asked to tag along. However, Max refused, so he asked if he was embarrassed to be seen with him. Because of this, Max asked Maou to stop yapping like his mom while adding that he couldn't be seen with demons. And then he also added that Maou had to do something about his third eye and horn first if he was going to leave the apartment. Maou finds Max's actions really suspicious. He thought that Max didn't really have anything to do in the middle of the day, so he wondered if he's actually undergoing some secret training in preparation for their rematch. Determined to find out what Max was up to, Maou decided to use his expertise in shapeshifting to follow behind Max. And after remembering that the current outfit he got from Xenia was for students, he decided to transform himself into a beautiful female student. Because of his tiny outfit, Maou was attracting so much attention after going out. However, he didn't notice this as he was carefully observing how the human civilization had progressed through their ingenuity. After exploring for a bit, Maou focused on looking for Max, and it didn't take him long to find him. Maou started stalking him, and he was disappointed when Max was just drinking instead of undergoing secret training like he thought. At the same time, some kids approached Max, and Maou was happy after seeing this. He was glad that some people still idolize Max. The kids happily asked Max to play football with them, although the little girl called him a loser for day drinking again. Max agreed, and he seemed to enjoy playing with the kids. After playing football, Max told the kids some stories about his battles against demons in the past. Seeing this, Maou thought that Max actually fit right in with the kids. However, one of the kids' mothers arrived, and she seems upset that her son is playing with Max. Because of this, another kid told Max that he also had to leave, and he told Max that his mother actually stopped allowing him to play with Max. Max looked sad after hearing this, but he told the kid to always listen to his mother. Then the little girl told Max that her parents don't care if he's playing with the hero, so she would come back and play if she felt like it. Then she gave Max some snacks and told him she would tell his mom that Max had said hello, although Max told her that he preferred that she didn't do it. After the kids left, Max started sleeping on the bench, and Maou didn't understand why he didn't return to the apartment instead. Then he decided to go back to prepare their dinner. However, some thugs suddenly started troubling Max. They didn't care who Max was, and they started insulting him before punching his face. Afterwards, they started daring Max to fight back. Maou remembered how Max was accused of violently attacking civilians, and he was worried that it would happen again. But Max didn't fight back, and he told the thugs to go home if they were already satisfied after punching him. However, the thugs just mocked him, and they continued beating him up. Maou was enraged after seeing this, but he only used a hypnosis spell to make the thugs sleep, as he was aware that Max would be blamed again if he hurt these thugs. Maou announced that he wouldn't let the thugs lay a finger on Max, but Max complained that he should have helped him sooner. Maou apologized, saying that it wasn't his intention to embarrass Max. Max asked Maou if he finally understood that he was not a hero anymore, and he felt pathetic that he was just getting drunk in the middle of the day, acting like a big shot in front of the kids, and getting beaten up by thugs but not being able to fight back. But Maou didn't agree with him, and he praised Max for not falling for the thugs' provocation and for not fighting back. Max thought it was corny, but Maou teased him after noticing that Max felt better because of what he said. Then he told Max to go home while asking what he wanted to eat for dinner. However, Max said that he has to make a quick stop first, but he'll be back home for dinner. Maou asked where he was going, but Max refused to tell him, so Maou just asked what he wanted for dinner instead. After going home, Maou started preparing dinner right away. He wondered where Max went, and he couldn't help but feel worried that he just continued drinking. At the same time, Max entered the film viewing room. The next day, Max was drinking on his apartment balcony, but he was shocked when he noticed an attractive schoolgirl who was barely wearing anything. It was Maou, who was currently in his schoolgirl form. Then Maou entered the apartment, but he was already back in his child form, and he immediately asked Max if he wanted to eat. Max immediately asked Maou if he saw the girl with the crazy, revealing outfit, but Maou told him that he must have missed it while insulting humanity's morals and decency. He has no idea that Max was talking about him while he was in his schoolgirl form. Afterwards, Maou served their food, but he scolded Max for not saying thanks first before eating. However, before they could eat, they heard the sound of their doorbell. Max told Maou to just ignore it, but Maou went to open the door while telling him not to start eating without him. Maou opened the apartment door while greeting the visitor, and he was surprised when he saw Xenia, who was crying because she was glad that he was safe. Maou scolded her, as he had told her to wait for him in the castle. Then she repeated his words, which were to prepare their dinner as he would be back in no time. Then she passed out. After waking up, Xenia joined them for dinner. However, she was eating so much that she had even eaten Maou and Max's food. After eating everything, Xenia praised Maou's cooking skills. She told Maou that even his skills as a chef befitted his status as the ruler of demonkind. Max complained that their food was gone, so Maou told him that they would just buy some food. Then he introduced Xenia to Max as his personal secretary, while apologizing for her manners. Max was surprised after hearing this, as he thought that Xenia didn't fit the role of a secretary. Xenia was offended because of this, so she informed them how she had walked across the land for 3 days and 3 nights to find Maou. Max was surprised, but Maou thought that Xenia just hadn't thought of using the transportation systems that humans had developed. Then Xenia complained about how humans were sneering at her or giving her disgusting looks throughout her journey. She's blaming humans' irrational prejudice against demons for it, but Max pointed out that it was because of her outfit. However, Xenia ignored him, and she asked Maou to go back with her to the castle, as she thought that Maou would lose some brain cells by associating himself with the washed-up hero. Maou scolded Xenia for being disrespectful before refusing to go back. He also added that he was staying to experience human society, and that he's using Max's apartment as his base of operations. However, Xenia refuted that he was just obsessed with the disgusting hero. After hearing all of Xenia's insults towards him, Max told her to just bring Maou back with her, but Maou refuted that Max would die if he left him alone. Afterwards, Xenia just asked Max to face her head-on in a fight. Maou warned her that she didn't stand a chance against Max. However, she didn't take it seriously, and she immediately threw a punch at Max. But it wasn't what she expected, as Max easily dodged her attack and disarmed her. After seeing this, Maou scolded Max for fighting back and also added that he shouldn't beat Xenia as she is just a girl. Then he also scolded Xenia and asked her to apologize to Max, saying that she would be dead if Max hadn't gone easy on her. Afterwards, Maou told Xenia to take a bath first after noticing that she was covered in sweat after her long journey. While Xenia is inside the bathroom, Maou apologizes for Xenia's atrocious actions. Max agreed that she was atrocious before telling Maou that he must be having a hard time with a secretary like her. He also asked if no one else had applied for the position. But Maou refuted that, even though she's rough around the edges, she is the best at gathering information. At the same time, Xenia finished her shower, and Maou told her to help herself to some drinks before leaving to buy food for their dinner. Max was visibly worried after getting left alone with Xenia, although Maou reminded Xenia that she was the guest in Max's house, so she needed to be nice to him. Xenia got drunk right away after just a few sips of alcohol. At first, she was just warning Max about corrupting Maou with his disgusting behavior. However, Max accidentally fell on top of Xenia while he was trying to get the alcohol from her. This enraged Xenia, so she starts attacking Max while completely ignoring his words. Max realized that Xenia was actually strong enough to kill him, so he immediately escaped outside of the apartment, and their chase immediately caused a commotion. After escaping to the empty playground, Max finally decided to fight back. However, the police arrived to arrest Xenia for running around naked in town. At the same time, the alcohol's effect started to disappear, and Xenia could just cry from embarrassment after realizing what had happened. Seeing Xenia crying, Max told the police that they knew each other and that everything was his fault. While Xenia was apologizing to Max on their way back from the police station, one of the police officers suddenly told Max how grateful he was to Max for saving their world. Max was surprised that the officer could recognize him, and then he apologized that they had to meet in this way. The next day, Maou was kneeling down in front of Max while apologizing for Xenia's actions. Max said that it was fine before asking if Xenia had left. However, Xenia suddenly arrived, and she informed them that she had moved to the room next to theirs. Max was in disbelief, so Xenia explained that she had moved in next to them to ensure Maou's safety, and to gather intel on the human realm. Then Maou announced that their apartment would serve as a foothold for the demon invasion. At the same time, Max's companion saw images of Max being chased by a demon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and look forward to the next part.